Hi everyone, so today I'm going to talk to you about the medical equipment that I'm going to purchase. Before starting UAG, I'm expected to have a list of medical devices, and personally I don't know much about the different types of equipment out there, specifically brands, prices, nothing. So I figured that I'll show you the process that I went through, which includes research on what the heck different equipments are and my train of thought of buying them. Basically, I kept in mind that I'm gonna try to find the best quality with the cheapest price. I mean, I did my best, y'all. So hopefully y'all find this video useful if you are going to UAG, or even if you're going to be an incoming medical student. I don't know how your school is gonna go, but let's get started. Wait, before we begin, just a reminder to subscribe, and more importantly to ring the notification bell, because as you see, I don't do every week or every 2 weeks. I'm trying to get on a 2-week schedule, but honestly, I'm just being real with y'all, it's a journey. So if you ring the notification bell, it'll notify you when my next video comes up. I think they're useful. Hopefully they're useful to y'all. I know y'all have told me like which videos you guys want. Trust me, it's on the list, and I will definitely get to it. I mean, sooner than later. So that's it. All right, now we can get started. Okay, so here is the medical equipment list that UAG provided for all incoming students. As you can see, there's no specification for which exact medical device I should get, so I had to do my own research. For the stethoscope, I chose the Littmann 3 because I read that the Littmann Cardiology 4 is more for people working in critical care, cardiology, or the ER. I found a website called themdjourney.com where they compare stethoscopes, and it says that, quote, compared to the classic 3 Cardio 4 chest piece is 40% larger and its bell is 60% deeper, making it better in external noise reduction and in the isolating low frequency sounds. However, Littmann 3 is, quote, worthy investment for students in a non-critical environment, end quote. So I think that I'm fine with that because I will still be getting a high quality stethoscope, and it's going to be cheaper because this one is around 70-ish in comparison to the Cardio 4, which is 180-ish. So I can buy the Cardio 4 if I see that I need it when the time comes, which is probably like third year, fourth year, or after. But for now, these are the ones that I found for Littmann 3 on Amazon. I compared it to the prices on allheart.com website, and I also went to the Reading Medical and on eBay to see what they had. The eBay one totals to about $60, and since I personally prefer the yellow one from Amazon over the pink one from eBay, I will pay just a little bit more to get something that I like. For the pen light, my UAG mentor told me to get one with batteries instead of the disposable kind. So these are the ones that I found on Amazon. They require 2 AAA batteries. Some come with it included and some don't. And I just chose the ones that I liked, which was the gold and white one because I like it the most. For the blood pressure cuffs, I had to look into the ones that come with different sizes since that is what is mentioned on the list that UAG gave me. I'm assuming that this is probably because one size does not fit all, especially if I am looking at children or like bigger sized individuals. So this is what I found on Amazon, Allheart, Reading Medical, and eBay. Personally, I will get the one from Allheart because it's the cheapest and it comes with 3 cuffs. I seriously doubt that I'll need all the different cuffs with the leg one, etc. So I'm just gonna get this one, but I do know that some of my classmates are going to get that, just in case you wanted to know. For the reflex hammer, all it said is that it needed to be a rubber head, so I quickly just looked into Amazon, etc. to see them, and it looked really easy until I found this all-in-one kit, and it included the tuning fork, so I had to switch gears. So next is the tuning fork, which was actually a little bit difficult for me because on the list it says 500 decibels, but the forks are differentiated by frequency, which is in hertz. So I was confused and I had to do a quick wiki search on YouTube, of course. I found a video on YouTube, which I'll put it in the description, that shows a doctor doing 2 types of tests that I will need the tuning fork for. So from that video and from my wiki reading, I concluded that I'm going to get the 512 hertz fork. Also, there's no need for the kits that have mini forks because it specifically asked for above 500, and the eBay kit that had a pen light, hammer, and fork did not look like a good quality, so I decided to buy that one. The same kit was offered on Amazon, but there were bad reviews and pictures, so I decided not to get that one either. By the end of my search, I did not trust the forks from Surgical Online Company, even though it had mixed reviews on Amazon. So I decided to get the EDC tuning fork because I found a list, which I'll link below, that rated the tuning forks, and this was the brand that was recommended. My decision was also pushed by the fact that I'm going to need this tool during a neurology rotation once I get to it, so I didn't want to get one that was too cheap. Okay, so for the thermometers, it didn't say whether or not it had to be of a certain type, only that it had to be digital. And since I already have one at home, I decided to just get batteries because the battery is low and buy disposable covers. But I decided to show which thermometers I would get if I would get on Amazon, and it's definitely these 2. Next, for the metric measuring tape, just a reminder that the metric system uses millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers for length and not inches. So here's what I found on Amazon, Allheart, Reading, Medical, and eBay. I will get the $4.25 tape from Amazon, even though it's 25 cents more, but it seems like it's promising that it's going to be better quality, aka better to read, so I'm gonna get that one. And now for the rhinoscope. So according to Wiki, this is a thin tube-like instrument used to examine the inside of the nose. After some searches, I saw that there are more commonly known as the nasal speculum. So this is what I searched for when I looked on Amazon and on eBay. And personally, I'm going to get the one from eBay because it's the same thing offered on Amazon for a cheaper price. Finally, we have the ophthalmoscope and the otoscope. Let me tell you that this was seriously the one that took me the most amount of time to figure out. What an ophthalmoscope is an instrument for inspecting the retina and other parts of the eye. I went to the MD Journey website again, and it explained that the Welch brand is better, and they have one that is used on the USMLE, which is very important because I'm going to be taking that. So I looked into those options and I stumbled upon a very old website, but it was honestly very useful, and it goes over the difference between the different types of parts that the ophthalmoscope has, specifically from the Welch brand. Standard Ophthalmoscope 11710 has the basics any med student needs. It will allow the visualization of the retina. Ophthalmoscope Part 11720 is the coaxial ophthalmoscope, which is the current standard use on the USMLE, and it is better than the standard ophthalmoscope. It has the same number of focusing lenses plus a cobalt filter, which is basically a blue light. This is helpful in the field during emergencies. Quote, but it will not be needed as a medical student, or is it a necessary tool in the middle of an actual emergency room that has full lit lamps with this feature. I doubt anyone would be able to practically tell the difference between the coaxial and standard Welch ophthalmoscope, end quote from the website. The panoptic ophthalmoscope works with a 3.5 volt handle. Quote, as long as a panoptic is used, better visualization will be acquired. However, the large majority of the clinics and hospitals in this country do not have this expensive piece of equipment. It is exceedingly common for a medical student who who learned on a Welch panoptic to subsequently have no technical ability to use a standard ophthalmoscope in a practical setting, placing them at a severe disadvantage without their own instrument. So what I learned from all of this is that I should look for the ophthalmoscope part 11720 because it's going to be on the USMLE and it won't set me behind like the panoptic would. But if you get a standard one, it works well as well. Okay, so for the otoscope, it's a medical device which is used to look into the ears, and the options are between the macro view and the standard. The macro view is better in magnification by 30%. But I basically read and understood that it's not that much more than the standard, so it doesn't really matter about it having more magnification. The macro view also secures the tips externally, which is apparently easier to secure because the standard one secures the tips from the inside. Apparently, a common mistake for med students is not to secure the tip, but honestly, you can just learn to properly secure it because that's how all the other doctors have been doing. So from the research, it says that you can purchase and learn the Welch MacroView otoscope and still know how to use the standard wall-mounted otoscope in any office or emergency department setting. So again, it doesn't matter if you get the otoscope macro view or the standard. And lastly, the handle. There's a 3.5 volt lithium ion rechargeable handle, aka the black one, and that one lasts 120 minutes when it's charged. However, you can only charge it on a wall outlet. I say this because the nickel cadmium handle or the silver one can be charged on the wall or used with the standard C-cell batteries. But do keep in mind that the silver handle charges up to 60 minutes instead of the 120. To me, the difference is minimal, so it doesn't really matter which one I get. So these are all the ones that I was considering. So I created a quick Google sheet to compare each set, and I basically tried to get the best price and quality, of course. So at the end of the day, I decided that I'm going to get the one that comes with no case, but with the USMLE otoscope and the standard ophthalmoscope and rubber reflex hammer. And I figured that on Amazon I can just find a case where I can carry everything. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay y'all, so that's all I have for this video. Hopefully y'all find it useful. Please let me know if you have any questions regarding the medical devices that I mentioned in the video. And I just wanted to say welcome to my new subscribers, and well, honestly, hi to like my old subscribers too, because I mean I'm kind of getting to know y'all a little bit from your questions. I just wanted to say thank you for watching. So hopefully y'all are staying safe and take care.